everyone, this is Jyotsna Tiwari and welcome to today's daily current affairs session. Okay guys, here we will discuss each and every point, each and every news which is important for your upcoming exam. So let's have a look, don't waste the time and let's have a look of today's session. Topic is daily current affairs. This is Jyotsna Tiwari and here is the first news of today's session. So guys, give me just 1 minute. Let me change my pen color, then we will discuss each and everything in details. So here is the first news of today's session and the news you can see on your screen is recently Mali's military rebellion president Keita has announced his resignation. Okay. So we talk about Mali, which is a country. Okay. Mali's military rebellion president. Okay. President name is Keita. Please remember that president name is Keita has announced his resignation. Okay, he given the resignation. So let's have a look at which type of important points regarding this news which is important for your upcoming exams. And the point are that Mali president, okay, Mali president Ibrahim Boubacar Keita. What is the name of Mali's president? So name is Ibrahim Boubacar Keita has resigned following mass protest and an incident of military coup. Okay. Main idea. So what is the main idea behind this particular resignation? So let's have a look at the president was forced to resign to gunpoint by a rebel soldier. Okay. So here you can see that a rebel soldier, the soldier who belongs from Mali's soldiers were forcefully resigned by the president on the gunpoint. Okay, with allegation of worsening the country's economic condition and mismanagement of the security situation. So why he resigned? So behind here his resignation, there are the reason of the country's economic condition which is worst right now and the mismanagement of the security situation. Okay, I hope you'll understand each and everything in details. So what is the time period of Mali's president Boubacar Keita, Ibrahim Boubacar Keita's time period? So let's have a look whatever he has done in their political career. So here you can see the first point that he served as the prime minister of Mali from 1994 to 2000. Okay, so he served as the what? As the prime minister of Mali 1994 to 2000. After that, president of the National Assembly of Mali from 2002 to 2007. Okay, he served as the president of Mali from 2013 to 2020. Matlab at present means at present. The current Mali political situation. So let's have a look at what is the political situation currently in the Mali. So you can see that Mali is among the poorest people in the world. So Mali is the country which is among the poorest people in the world. It has experienced several military revolts and currently reeling from jihadi attacks. Actually, they are suffering from the jihadi attacks. Okay, right now. On 19th August 2020, President Keita was as well as Prime Minister Babua Sise announced his resignation and dissolved the parliament. Okay, dissolved the parliament. Okay. So I hope you will understand each and every point in detail. So let's have a look at which type of question will rise in your exam. So first question which will definitely rise in your exam, and the question is that which country's prime minister Keita has announced which country's president Keita has announced his resignation. So your answer will be Mali's military rebellion. Okay, Mali's military, which country? So Mali's. Okay, your answer will be Mali. Second question which will definitely rise in your exam, that recently Mali's president announced his resignation. Who was the president of Mali? Then your answer, there are 5 options which will given in exam. Then your answer will be Ibrahim Boubacar Keita. The name of the president is Ibrahim Boubacar Keita. Okay. Second question please. And next to how many questions which will rise in your exam? They all related to their political career. As you can see on your screen that Prime Minister of Mali served as the Prime Minister of Mali from 1994 to 2000. President of National Assembly of Mali from 2000 to 2007. And he served as the President of Mali from 2013 to right now, that means 2020. Okay. So that's enough for the particular news. Okay. So let's have a look and move on to the next news. So here is the next news of today's session, and the news is Ravi Shankar Prasad launched Swadeshi microprocessor challenge to the boost startup. Okay, so we talk about Ravi Shankar Prasad, who recently launched the Swadeshi microprocessor challenge to boost a startup. So Union Minister of Law and Justice, don't forget guys that Union Minister of Law and Justice, Communications and Electronic and Information Technology. That means he is serving as he is working with the two ministry. Okay, so Union Minister of Law and Justice, also Communication and Electronics and Information Technology, Ravi Shankar Prasad. Okay, where is the Ravi Shankar Prasad launched a Swadeshi microprocessor challenge. That is the innovative solution of hashtag Atma Bharat on 18th August 2020. Okay, what is the aim behind this startup? Behind this challenge. So let's have a look that it aims to provide more inputs to the strong ecosystem of startup. IIT Madras and the Center of Development of Advanced Computing have developed two microprocessors called Shakti 32-bit and the Vega 64-bit respectively, using open source architecture. Okay, main characteristics. So what is the characteristics of this particular challenge? So let's have a look that it aims, first characteristics is it aims to develop various technology products. Second one is this challenge is open to students at all levels and startups. Okay, next one is under this participants can register on innovative.mygovernment.in. It has been open since August 18, 2020 and closed or ends on in June 2021. So you all have enough time to register in this particular site. Okay, it provides an opportunity to award for total of rupees 1 crore of 100 semi-finalists with 25 finalists to win a total prize of rupees 1 crore. Okay, also the top 10 teams entering the final finale will get a total of rupees 30 crore seeds fund and 12 months of incubation support. Okay, so I hope you'll understand each and everything in detail. So let's have a look at which type of question will rise on your exam. So first question which will definitely rise on your exam, and the question is that Ravi Shankar Prasad recently launched which challenge to boost startup? Then your answer will be Swadeshi microprocessor challenge. Second question which will rise in your exam, that recently which union minister which union minister launched the Swadeshi microprocessor challenge to boost startup? Then your answer will be Ravi Shankar Prasad. Okay, so Ravi Shankar Prasad is which minister, has which minister? Then your answer will be Union Minister of Law and Justice, Communication and Electronics and Information Technology. Okay, so this is a startup innovative which is solution of hashtag Atmanirbhar Bharat on 18th August 2018. You will have to remember the date. Okay guys. Okay, so what is the aim behind this particular challenge? Then the aim is IIT Madras and the Center of Development of Advanced Computing, as well as microprocessor called Shakti 32-bit and the Vega 64-bit respectively, using open source architecture. I hope you will understand each and everything. Okay, here you will have to learn the guys data. This data is which is August 18, start from 18 August 2020. The portal is started from 18th August 2020 and ends on June 2021, and 1 crore rupees of 100 semi-final, 25 finalists win total prize of rupees 1 crore. So these are the important points which is related to this news. I hope you will understand each and everything in details. Okay guys. So here you can see that recently the cabinet minister has, actually this is the next news of this session. So recently the cabinet, okay, first of all let me search where is my pen. Okay, so recently the cabinet has approved the establishment of a national recruitment agency. This is very important for your exam guys, because this is implemented for you all. Okay, so the union cabinet chaired by Prime Minister, okay, union cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi approved the establishment of national recruitment agency. Its objective to pave the way of transformative improvement in the recruitment process for the central government job. Okay, So what is the National Recruitment Agency? So let's have a look some important points which is regarding to National Recruitment Agency, and the NRA will conduct a general eligibility test called SET. What is the abbreviation of SET? So Common Eligibility Test is the abbreviation of test. Okay. For group B and C candidate, for screen shortlisted candidate for non-technical post. Okay. The department NRA will have representatives of Ministry of Railway, Financial Services Department, as well as Ministry of Finance, Staff Selection Commission, Railway Recruitment Board, and the IBPS, means Banking Services Personnel Exam. Okay, so guys, basically these all exam are included under this particular National Recruitment Agency or SET. Okay. It is expected that the NRA will be state-of-the-art institutions that will bring state-of-the-art technology and best practice in the field of central government recruitment. Okay. So I hope you will understand, guys. Actually, this is very important for your upcoming exam. That means what is the solution of this exam? So guys, if you are okay, I'm giving you an example that if you are right now preparing for any bank exam, so you will have to fill the form for every particular exam, for RRB PO, for RRB clerk, for IBPS PO, IBPS clerk, SBI PO clerk, RBI grade B, or any other exam. Okay, so you will have to fill the form of for particular one exam. Okay, so this concept is now finished. Now you will have to fill the form only once. You will have to give the prelims only once, and when you will selected in the prelims, so this your result will be valid for upcoming 3 years. Okay, that means in upcoming 3 years you can give regularly, means not the prelims. Okay, so these are the profit of this particular SET exam. Okay, I hope you will understand each and everything in details, guys. If you have any question, then you can ask me in the comment box. So here is the next news of today's session, and the news is that the 11th World Humanitarian Day was celebrated by the UN on August 19 with the hashtag real life heroes. Okay. So the day is global campaign celebrating humanities. A thank you to those who dedicate their lives to help others. Okay. So this day is basically celebrated for all them who dedicates their lives to help others. Okay. So the United Nations released a note with the hashtag real life heroes. So history behind this World Humanitarian Day. So let's have a look that on 19th August 2003. In 19th August 2003, bomb attack on the Canal Hotel in Baghdad. Okay, Iraq. Baghdad, Iraq. Actually, Baghdad is the capital of Iraq. Okay, so in 2003, in 19th August in 2003, the Canal Hotel in Baghdad, Iraq, killed 22 people, including Sergio Varela de Mello, the chief humanitarian in Iraq. So he was the chief humanitarian in Iraq. In 2009, the United Nations General Assembly decided to celebrate this day as the World Humanitarian Day in memory of this incident. Okay. So what is the United Nations General Assembly? So let's have a look that the United Nations General Assembly is a major uh, organ of the United Nations which serves as the principal deliberations, policy making, and representative body of the United Nations Munciari. Okay. So I hope you will understand each and everything. So these are the important points regarding this particular news, guys. So I hope you will understand each and everything in details. You will have to learn the date. Date is 19th August. Okay. Hashtag what is the, you can also say that what is the tagline. So hashtag real life heroes is the tagline of today's this particular day. Okay, so I hope you will understand each and everything in details. Okay, so no need to discuss in detail because we already discussed in details. So here is the last news of today's session, and the news is the supply chain flexibility initiative SCRI will be launched by India, Japan, and Australia. Okay. So here you can see that India is on the track for an alliance with Japan and Australia to launch a tripartite supply chain resilience initiative to counter dependency on China in view of Beijing's aggressive policy. Okay, what is the main idea behind this particular launched initiative? So the initiative is reportedly first proposed by Tokyo. The initiative aims to attract FDI with the vision of making it an economic superpower and the strength relation between partner countries. India is holding high-level talks on territorial supply chain initiative amidst border tension on the line of actual control. India has revised the FDI norms and is monitoring China's money flow into the Indian territory very closely. Okay. So let's have a look about ASEAN country which is included in this. So the Association of Southeast Asian Country, this is the abbreviation of ASEAN, okay, is a regional intergovernmental organization associated with promoting intergovernmental cooperation to strengthen economic, political, security, educational, social integrations among its members as well as other Asian country. Okay. So I hope you will understand each and everything in details. These are the important points regarding this particular news. So guys, I hope you will understand each and everything. Guys, if you have any doubt regarding any news, then you can comment me in the comment box. Okay, and please don't lie. Okay, okay. Actually, this news is printed 2 times, so please let them be. Okay. So guys, here you can see that here you can see the screenshot on your screen, and this screenshot is regarding the current affairs session. Okay, this is the quiz of current affairs session. So guys, if you want to take with the quiz on daily basis, so for that you will have to go to your Google Play stores and download the entry app now. Register yourself, register your mail ID, and you can give the quiz on daily basis. Also, you can give the quiz of every exam on the daily basis, and don't forget and analyze yourself that where are you stand right now and boost your preparation according to that. Also, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. For that, you will have to go to the YouTube and type the banking 2.0 where and subscribe the channel, and don't forget to tap on the bell icon. So thank you for so much for today's session. Don't forget to like, comment and share this session as much as you can, guys. You can share this session with your friends, colleagues, relatives, whomever you are studying. Okay. Also, you can share this session on your Facebook group, your Telegram group, your WhatsApp group, where are you are available right now. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment and share this session. Thank you very much for cooperate with me. Have a nice day.